All right, so Aldrich's dragged off a possible culprit for all the various goings on that's been happening at the moment in Lyria, and we've had a very eventful night or early morning, I suppose.
Yes. Very well done, by the way. His plans were completely and totally dismantled by what you decided to do.
Yeah.
Is this nothing he did worked. It was probably a textbook kind of response to that kind of thing, which is amazing. Like, or even beyond that, thinking outside the box. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah.
It totally messed him up.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
we're going back to bed, I presume.
I am. I
Yeah.
wasn't asleep.
Well, I just spent most of my spells for the day
Yeah.
on that.
All right. What we're going to do, because we're not in a rush,
Mhm.
there is one more thing that I had planned for. I'm talking Jonas now as planned, but it doesn't have to be today. It can be tomorrow. So we're going to take the remainder of our long rest.
Yes.
Take it easy.
I'm going. No, we are not taking it easy. We are setting up alarms and we are setting up the hut and all our usual watch again.
What I meant, no. We wake up sometime mid morning.
Yes.
Uh, Completed a long rest. What I meant is during the day, we're going to take it easy because what I want to do is Rosemary is marked on my map.
Oh yeah, the hydra's lair.
I would like to go and get that ingredient because it'd be kind of cool to make superior healing potions.
Right.
And the other thing I want to do is I want to go to Rosemary's, and I want to ask her how hard would it be for her to get a ring of free action. I know she doesn't have any currently, but I want to let her know that I'm interested in one.
All right.
So something for her to think about in case one comes around. And the other thing I want to ask her is if she has any ingredients in for Lymander group, but you'll have to roll that because, well, it's just too pandering for me to do it for myself.
All right. So you want me to roll to see if she has any magic root in?
Yes.
That's a 2, so I think that's a no.
All right. That's fine. Then the rest of the day, gonna take it easy. Plan our trip. So I actually, in my making these, I forgot to put on in our maps the continent one, the map for the continent of
Of Lyria. Of the okay.
Yeah,
So
I forgot to do that.
a roll map.
So for those of you who've been following along, you'll understand what I'm about to say. So Lyria is in a cove, right?
Yes.
It's on this side, and it's an inlet. It's basically a bay. Down the coast and along a fair distance is a mark she put on our map. She says it is an old castle, very old, antiquated, destroyed mostly. And that is the location for what her prior individual who went and got hydra skins for her. That's where he said it was.
All right.
It is, well, there are a number of ways of getting there. We can go out to the port and hire a boat that goes. There's a lot of merchant ships that do that trade route along the southern part of the continent. We can do that, or we can try flying there on the brooms.
How long do I think it would take us to get there just by flying on the brooms?
It'll be a number of days. Won't be just one day.
And by boat?
Longer.
Longer.
Because by flight, we can go straight there.
Yeah.
By boat, we have to wait for them. They'll do ports of call. I'm not sure how many there are or whatever, but it's going to take longer, and a boat is slower.
Yeah.
It depends upon the weather and stuff. Definitely the wind, anyway.
Yes. So the brooms will be quicker
And much colder.
and much colder. Well,
And we'll be camping out.
okay.
I know. I knew I am going to reset during this day. I'm going to leave my stone set to cold resistance. Just because of the time of year.
Okay.
I forgot to say that initially, but it didn't really matter because I set it to fire.
Yep.
So it's now set to cold resistance. And yeah, that is what do you want to do?
Well, I was going to ask you which option do you think is better, going by boat or just flying directly there?
Well, boat will not get us to the actual spot because I don't think it's on any kind of trade route. It'll get us close
Yep.
and then you fly in. Going by boat means we'll spend probably about 3-4 days in general to get there, but we'll be comfortable. Otherwise, we're going to sit with a broomstick wedged up our butts for an entire day of flying. It's got to be really uncomfortable, I tell you. It's
Does that mean you want to go via the boat?
up to you. You're active. You decide.
Well, it seems like we're not in much of a rush, despite the fact that there is a potential threat of a dragon.
That's possibly something looming, but it's not imminent, as far as we know.
We can go by boat then, if you think it's a better idea.
Well, the only thing against it would be that a boat was recently sunk by a dragon.
Yeah, there is that.
Which would you rather?
This is your side quest.
I don't care. Like I can stick it out either way. If I were the kind of person that needed comfort and a place to rest all the time, I would not be an adventurer.
So I assume that's your way of saying back to me then.
Yeah, the joys of being the active player.
Well, we've done lots of camping, and I don't think we can be away from Lyria for too long. Also, the dragon sunk a boat. Let's just fly there.
All right. So we take the day off, plan, have our long rest, do our usual stuff.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, and I have my stone set to cold.
Yeah.
Got my cloak wrapped around me. I tell who's the proprietor here again? I can't remember her name.
Cathra?
Cathra. And I said, I'm borrowing this pillow. I'll return it when I get back.
Yeah, how is she reacting to the fact that one of her, employees was killed?
Yeah, I did kind of gloss over that. Fortunately, she did not know him well. She's a little perturbed by the fact that a conflict happened in her establishment. But
that wrecked evil wizards.
well, the problem is she feels somewhat responsible because she rented the room to the individual that did this, and also she rents almost exclusively to adventurers.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Minimal damage. Had to repair a small hole in the wall. A couple chairs kind of got cracked up a bit, but she'll add it to our bill.
Okay. Yeah. Let's head out.
All right. So we do so. I have a pillow I'm going to sit on.
Okay.
I'm Willis.
All right. We take to the air then.
All right. So I switch over to the map of the continent.
Which we don't have.
Which I didn't put on for some stupid reason. All right. I would like you to roll with advantage because I'll be helping perception checks. So start off with one.
Okay.
One double roll perception.
All right, 21.
Okay. Now I'd like you to roll a survival check. Same. We do have to navigate. It
All
is
right,
relatively easy, but it still needs to be done.
13.
All right, it's high enough. We're following the coast.
Yeah.
But first we have to cross to the other side of the bay. And I'm going to see if there's anything for you to perceive. Wow. Interesting. All right, this is at extreme long range.
Okay.
We're heading straight across because traveling over open water is never really a good idea in the middle of winter. It's better if we have to land on land. But as we're going across, way off in the distance, where we know that the Isle of Fog is because we're there, we see some smoke curling up, dark smoke.
Okay, something's going on over there.
Yeah, something is happening, but it's happening way over there.
Okay.
Yeah, it would take forever to fly there.
Yes, it would.
Yeah. So we continue flying. We cross the bay. And then you have two choices. You can follow the coast around, or we can head straight across as the crow flies.
I think the most direct route is the best option.
All right, so we head inland, leave the coast behind. And at this point, I would like you to roll one more survival check, please, to see if we're going to maintain our course.
Well, that's an 8, so it's unlikely.
Was that with advantage?
Yep.
Oh, all right. So evening comes. We need to land.
Yep.
Because we can't get there in one day. Not a chance.
Okay.
So we land. Like a survival check for our camp, please.
Well, we're going downhill. 6.
All right, we land. And not the best place. We set up the hut, which makes us much happier and warmer.
Yeah.
With that low roll, we're probably going to end up eating cold rations for the day because we did not land in a good enough spot for anything like that. So yeah, we spend an uncomfortable evening, but we're warm for the night. So you get two new portents. Hold on a sec. I would like a perception check for the night, please.
All right, 15 for me.
All right, you do notice, well, basically, a pack of wolves goes by us.
Okay.
Sniff around on the ground. They notice the hut because it's unusual, but it's not edible. And they move on.
Okay.
But there's literally no reason for them to try and penetrating something they can't. They wouldn't even bother. But
No.
they did notice our scents because, well, we're not something that wolves would normally eat, but they couldn't find us, so they headed off.
All right. No nighttime ambushes this time.
No, that's the nice thing about the hut. Unless you know Dispel Magic, nothing you can do. All right, so the night goes by uneventfully. The following day is cold, clear. But you don't care. I would like another survival check, please. You notice in the morning, because the sun comes up in relatively the same position every day, minus a little bit of change for it's tracking for the as the days go by, but
All right, so survival.
yes.
Oh, good grief. 6.
All right. Retract that last statement. You think you're doing really well on our course. And we get up, we're flying. I'm gonna see how bad this is. Hold on a second. I'll die. All right. Perception check, please. Add advantage.
12.
Well, all right. Nothing unusual happens during the day.
Mhm.
We land for lunch, stretch.
Yeah.
Get some blood back in our legs from sitting on a broom. Even the pillow doesn't help that much when you're on it for that long.
Yeah.
And we get going again. The days are going by uneventfully for all intents and purposes, but we think we should be able to spot the coast and the derelict fort soon, like tomorrow morning kind of thing, late morning maybe.
Okay.
All right, so we set up the hut. Perception checks, please.
9.
You're rolling bad all of a sudden. I think you
Yes,
got
I
all
am.
your good rolls in the last section. Fortunately, nothing happens. The night goes by uneventfully. Morning comes, and I would like you to roll one more survival check, please.
My portents are terrible. All right. Survival for this day is 19.
All right, as we're getting up and making breakfast, you finally realize that we've been going not in the wrong direction, because that would be really bad, but we're not heading specifically where we want. Because as soon as you start flying, you realize that we should turn more to the left, more towards the south. Fortunately, because you did that, we don't fly by what we're looking for. So about noonish, because we did lose some time,
Mhm.
in the distance, we see, first off, the coast, which is a good sign because that's what we need. And
Yes.
secondly, we see on what looks like to be a cliff, because the water's on the other side of it, what looks like the outline of what used to be a fort of some kind or castle. It's all snow covered. I would like a perception check at this point, please.
24.
All right, we're still quite a ways away, but you do notice two plumes of smoke.
Okay.
There seems to be a couple of campfires that you can see smoke rising up into the air. We are a long way off.
All right. So there seems to be possibly some people camping here.
Yeah, something seems to be happening.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do? We're flying, well, above tree line for sure.
Well, let's go see what's going on.
All right, so head towards it. I would like one more perception check, please.
25.
God, now you roll well. All right, this is one that's important. We're still probably a couple 100 feet away when you notice movement. There seems to be a dozen or so relatively small humanoids that are moving around in there. There seems to be a bit of frenetic action trying to prepare for something. It's hard to say. This is a long way off still. They're not very big, and you can see they have bows.
All right.
You
Someone might
also
be.
notice, because we are relatively high up, there seems to be an awful lot of bones here.
I think someone might be preparing to hunt down this hydra.
Possibly. And you notice these. These are bungee pits. There's basically during where there are breaks in the wall, there have been pits dug.
Yeah.
And at the bottom there are spikes because we are up reasonably high, we can see that.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to do? Still going to proceed?
Well, our goal is to try and find some of this hydra skin. So yes.
All right. So proceeding. Just a little over 100 feet away, they've got themselves organized. But we'll still run off your really high perception check.
Yeah.
You hear some orders being given, and they've got themselves arrayed, but they are arrayed in a pattern that's contradictory to what you thought. They don't seem to be, going to hunt hydra, because they're setting themselves up in phalanxes and they're facing our direction.
Oh, are they defending it or something?
I don't know. So, are we still proceeding?
Yeah, that's our goal.
All right. So, as we head closer to it,
Mhm.
all of a sudden, a barrage of arrows comes in our direction.
All right.
A great many arrows. You can roll a perception check at disadvantage if you want to know.
10.
Hard to say. More than a dozen, less than 2 dozen.
All right.
So I'm not going to roll this many arrow attacks at disadvantage. So we're here for quite a while. I decided to break it up into the phalanxes. So first phalanx at disadvantage is firing at us. And the natural 20 gets eaten up by the 5.
All right.
First volley goes wide. The next volley also goes wide. And the third volley also goes nowhere near us.
All right. They're not very good shots.
You notice they're relatively small.
Mhm.
And they're also grouped into 3 groups of 6 now that we're a bit closer. And roll you don't really know much about roll an intelligence check. Just basic.
Okay. Natural 1.
In the heat of the moment, you're not entirely sure what the range of bows are.
All right.
What do you want to do?
Well, this kind of makes sneaking in a bit of a problem.
Nope. So at this point, we need to go for initiative.
All right. I have a 14.
I have a 17, 14. They have 15. They and I have the exact same initiative and the exact same initiative modifier. So I'm going to roll one more time just a d20s. I have a 4 and a 12. They go first.
Okay.
So they think their plan is reasonable still. They're going to send another volley of arrows at us.
Oh, they're going before me. Okay.
They're going before me.
Yep.
I have a 17. What's your current armor class?
It's 13 at the moment because I haven't been able to cast Mage Armor yet. There was no need until we got here.
Oh, finally a volley of arrows sufficient to hit.
What's the number?
Another miss. That'll be a dirty 20.
Yeah, so shield isn't going to help.
So you like evens, right?
When I'm rolling, it's usually I'm evens, yes.
All right, see who they're aiming at. It is evens. All right.
I'm so happy at being full of arrows.
Yeah, it's not me. So 6 arrows one of the volleys is heading towards you.
It's gonna be a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Make sure I got the right die here. Yes. It wouldn't hurt. Hold on a sec. Total of 40 points of damage.
40.
4-0.
Ow. Well, that was brutal.
You got hit by 6 arrows.
Yes.
We are now, well, 100 feet away. We're currently firing at disadvantage.
Well, it's your turn now.
Well, I see this. I see you get hurt. Really annoys me. Because, hey. Unfortunately for them, they are well within fireball range.
Yes.
And this is what fireball is designed for.
Oh, you're going to use the scroll?
Oh! Would you like me to?
Well, I have no say in the matter.
But you do.
No, I don't. I'm currently perforated with arrows.
Alright, I use the scroll because Jonas would have thought of it, but I did not. And you mentioned it, so I am going to use the scroll that she gave me.
Yeah.
At 100-foot range. Alright, we need to roll this. Alright, you see me balancing on my broom.
Yep.
Pull up the scroll, read it, and the spell works. But it's unusual. You've seen me cast Fireball, I don't know how many times.
Yep.
The radius of the Fireball is bigger.
Okay.
What it normally is. Normally it's a 20-foot radius. This turns out to be a 25-foot radius.
Alright, so not much bigger.
No, it doesn't roll that high. And there's a whole pile of goblins now being incinerated. I'm going to roll by phalanxes for saving throws because I don't want to roll 18 saving throws.
Yep.
That's a fail. That would be a success, but it doesn't matter. And that's a natural 1. They all die.
They all die.
Well, they're goblins.
Yeah.
They have 7 hit points.
Yes.
I have never rolled that bad on Fireball.
How well did you roll this time?
That's 10. 26. Kind of average from what I usually do.
Okay.
But even on a save, that's well above their 7 hit points. I obliterate them.
Alright then.
I tell ya. It's just sometimes weird things. So yeah, I tell you that as we're deciding whether or not to land, that was an interesting scroll. There was a weird surge in the power right at the end there, and well, saw the effect.
Yeah, while you're describing this, I'm going to take out a potion of greater healing and drink it.
All right, you roll.
Three ones.
Not so great.
Yeah. So 7 plus 4. I heal 11 hit points.
Out of the 40 you took.
I will now take out the refilling healing potion and drink that.
And probably get more hit points back.
I can't because I rolled 2 4s on that
You
one.
rolled 2 4s. Well, you still gain 10 hit points.
10 hit points, yes.
That's actually really good.
All right.
So how many hit points are you down now?
I have 49 hit points out of 68. Because I no longer have the 8 additional hit points on the Iron Stone. All right, I will put the refilling potion back in my bag of holding and the empty potion vial and put 2 new potions in my pockets of my robes.
One greater, one regular?
Yes, that's what I usually do.
All right. And I suggest you cast Mage Armor.
And I will cast Mage Armor. I wasn't expecting us to get shot out of the sky when we were going after a hydra.
All right. Then, what would you like to do? There's a bunch of charcoal, goblins.
Well, first of all, is there any other movement down there that suggests that a hydra lives here?
All right. I'm going to ask for a fresh perception check at this point.
Yeah.
You have advantage. I'll be helping.
18.
All right. We were basically approaching from here, and they were, like I said, 3 groups. There's a few here, a few here, and a few here, and they're all firing arrows at us.
Yes.
Well, they're all gone now. These fires are still going. But you do notice, that was high roll, that there is, this looks like something, but there's light coming from it.
Okay, so we may not be done just yet.
Yeah, there's light down there. So you assume that there is more to this than just the surface. You do not see a hydra up here. It would be very obvious.
Yeah. All right, well, let's land and let's go take a look inside stealthily.
All right, so where would you like to land?
Right in the middle of this place.
All right, so we
putting
land
those bungee pits.
right here.
Yep. Well, by the trap door, basically.
We land right here.
Yes.
At this point, I would like you to roll a stealth check.
All right.
Ah, that's terrible.
I have a 22.
Well, our average then would be 14.
All right.
I rolled really bad.
Okay.
It's about perception. Anyway. All right. I would like a perception check now, please.
$21.
All right. You hear some rather excited, gibbering because you don't understand Goblin.
Okay.
Coming from that hole, which is a trap door, which is broken, which is not very well hidden because, there's footprints all around it. And you notice there's a ladder, probably not the original one because it looks very makeshift, heading down into it.
All right. There are also these 2 wells I see.
Yes. Do you want to go and investigate them?
Yes, let's go take a look at those.
Okay. It is easy to get to them, especially for you with your boots of the Winterland. They are indeed wells. They are not frozen over, which is unusual. It is a little early, I suppose, still, and the water is fairly far down, so it does get heated. But they are simple wells.
All right, so they may not be a way in then.
They are not.
No. All right, so we have a group of goblins possibly standing guard in a hydra's lair?
We don't know yet.
Well, we could take out the goblins, or we could go in and try and see what's going on.
Well, all we know so far, there's some sort of flickering light coming from below.
Probably firelight.
And actually, I suggest you get Alice out.
Okay, I'll summon her.
Because she has advantage on smells.
Yes. What am I rolling for?
Perception.
Okay. 18.
All right. She informs you that there are stinky things down there. Some sort of charred meat as well. Definitely some, well, dung, offal of some kind. Some stuff that's rotting, and a lot of wood smoke.
Okay.
She doesn't recognize the stinky humanoid smell. She's never smelled goblin before.
All right, I'll unsummon her. So there's goblins down there, and they seem to have set up a camp, as far as she can smell.
Yep.
Not a very clean one.
What a surprise.
Well, we could deal with them.
Very easily.
Yes. Or we could go in invisible if you want to avoid a fight.
Well, what would you like to do? I have invisibility prepared, and I have that 4th level scroll I've been hanging on to since way back when.
Now might be a good time to use that.
Just to save the 3rd level spell slot.
Yes.
Well, like I said, I've been hanging on to it forever.
Yep.
I will scratch off my 4th level invisibility spell.
Yeah.
If you want, we can get out one of our familiars and make it invisible as well.
Sure. I'll bring Alice back out so you can cast it on her.
All right. The 3 of us are now invisible.
Yep.
For an hour. So
until we do something offensive.
Yeah. We go over and we look down the hole, I assume?
Yes.
You look down this rickety ladder, and you do indeed see this rather grimy goblin face peering up.
And seeing nothing.
He sees nothing.
Okay.
Just
Let's see. Let's just see what happens. Wait and see. Can't go down while he's there.
All right. I will see how long an attention span of a goblin is.
Hmm.
All right. He sits there. A few minutes go by. Decides that nothing's happened. He starts to creep up the ladder. Sticks his head just above the hole. Sees the charred bodies.
Yep.
Freaks out. Basically falls to the ground. Is a controlled fall, doesn't take any damage. And runs off.
All right.
Gibbering the entire time.
I think we should head down now.
Right. You do have advantage on this, but it is going to require a stealth check. Don't bother rolling for Alice. She's an invisible cat.
Yeah. Even with advantage, that's a 12.
So our combined is 12.
You rolled?
I rolled that too.
Okay.
So we go down.
Yep.
The ladder creaks. The ladder may or may not even hold. The ladder holds. We make it to the floor. And surprise, we're not even, our campaign motto is holding up perfectly.
Yes.
We rolled bad, they rolled worse.
Yep.
They have not noticed us. So we're going to move over one more. Whoa, what did I do there? I have no idea what I've done. That doesn't matter.
What?
Oh, you don't notice. I just changed the orientation of something that doesn't matter. Okay. We come down here where the snow is.
Okay.
This is not fog. That is smoke. There is a rickety ladder, and then there's some form of really badly constructed barricade.
All right.
And it is manned, goblin.
Yeah.
There's a 3 or 4 goblins there, and they have short bows.
All
They're
right.
not drawn, they're just looking this direction, not very well.
All right. Let's see if we can sneak by.
The hard part will be getting over this very badly constructed barrier.
Yep, which we will have to do without magical aid because we're invisible.
Yeah, so we walk up to the barrier. All right, I would like fresh perception checks. Sorry, fresh stealth checks. Don't bother rolling for Alice. Oh, good God.
Natural 20.
All right, you got a natural 20. I got a natural 1 and a 4. So that comes up to 6. We're only ever so slightly above
Aren't
passive.
you proficient in stealth?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I am proficient at 2. So that's a 4 plus
Oh,
6.
9.
9.
Yeah.
4 plus 5. Sorry,
Yeah.
9. Even still. I'm going to. They're alert. I'm going to roll. They look like they thought about it. Some of them perked up for a few seconds. They're gibbering something. And then they settle down.
Okay.
So now we are standing, well, not right in front of this, but we're standing, either against one of the walls, whichever side you want to be on.
Mhm.
And we see the goblins on this side, and we're on this side.
All right. So the natural 20 didn't help me get across, I see.
No, that's going to require actual dexterity checks to get across
And
this.
Alice get across?
She can actually get through.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's have her do that first.
All right. So she steps through. I'll ride on the natural 20 for a few minutes for you to do this and signal me.
Yeah.
She goes sneaking through here, which is easy for her to do.
Yeah.
Goes down here.
Yeah.
Looks around the corner. And she sees basically Goblin Town. It is probably about another couple dozen goblins in here.
Yeah.
Both genders, some young ones. And they have, well, in this whole area here, they have set up, well, not really huts or anything, but they have areas where there's blankets, there's some cooking fires, there's some cauldrons, and this is basically a dung pile through here.
Yeah.
Plus, well, basically whatever they don't want. It's basically just a generic midden.
Yeah.
And that's one of the lovely smells that she's smelling and not very happy about. And this is a bunch of rubble and a few other things. And besides the 4 guards that are on guard duty, the rest of them just seem to be going about their day.
All right. Well, I'd rather not slaughter baby goblins.
Yeah. Thoughts of Grix and Grebe?
Greed with a G.
Grieg. Come into our minds.
Yes. Then again, you just fireballed a whole bunch of them, but they were shooting at us, so.
Well, you did take 6 arrows.
Yeah. Well, I think we should try sneaking through here.
All right. This is going to require a dexterity check, most importantly.
All right.
I do have a scroll of spider climb, but that'll make me visible.
Yeah, so you can't use it.
No. All right. I am going to combine these 2 rolls into one thing.
I just rolled a second natural 20.
Never mind. Let's just see what I roll. Oh, I rolled a 19. Can't argue with the numbers.
Yep.
We managed to find a chink in their armor a gap big enough for us to wiggle through without disturbing anything too much.
Mhm.
And we actually, beyond all possible belief, make it through the barrier without alerting the goblins.
Yay!
Wow. Sometimes it works out.
Sometimes it does.
All right. So we can easily now proceed.
Yes.
So we catch up to Alice.
Yep.
And we do see Goblin Town.
All right. Well, let's try to maneuver our way through Goblin Town stealthily to the other side, because I think that's where we want to go.
All right. This is not going to actually, believe it or not, require a roll. They are not remotely paying attention.
And
They're
I've rolled 2 natural 20s in a row. So,
yeah, it's not pushing our luck.
yeah.
So we'll just work off those high numbers that we just rolled.
Yeah.
We can easily make it through here. Like I said, they're not paying attention. They're cooking. They're arguing. A couple of small fights break out every now and then.
Yeah.
There's plenty of noise. So we can easily make it through to here.
Yes.
Now, once we get to this side, things are a little different. There are 2 goblins on guard here, but they're not looking this way. They're looking the other way. And there's another barrier that you see there.
Mhm.
On the other side of it, which I forgot to put on, there is a set of chains against this wall and a set of chains against this wall. And the chains are currently empty.
Ah, they might be feeding.
I would like you to roll. You don't have religion, do you? Just wisdom is religion. Sorry, religion is knowledge, right?
Religion is intelligence. Yes.
All right, roll an intelligence check, please.
13.
You're not certain, but you think they have set up, looks almost shrine-like, and they are kind of doing the feeding Kong kind of thing, where they are setting up and almost worshiping, well, we assume a hydra. But there is plenty of evidence here that, well, first off, the hydra hasn't killed them all.
Yep.
If there's a hydra in here, and
Yeah, we don't know.
it does look a little shrine-like.
All right. Well, the next thing we have to do is get past these guards.
Okay. Unlike going this way,
Yeah.
going this way, there are crates set up. They're not all being occupied by golems sitting on them, but you can easily step on one and jump over the barrier. It's easier to go
Yes.
in that direction. So it is going to require another dex check, but I'll give this one an advantage. Again, because these guys aren't really paying attention. This is one of those jobs where they've done it forever and nothing's ever gone wrong before.
Okay.
All right. I'm into the 20s somewhere.
I have a 17. Yes.
All right. So we're above 20 combined.
Yeah.
Stealth and dex checks. So yeah, we easily step on the crates and jump over quietly. I assume you just pop Alice out of existence for the moment and then re-materialize her on the other side.
Yeah.
Or she can just walk through, because again, this is not set up for cat-sized things.
Yeah.
This is set up for large things.
All right. Let us proceed.
So we leave Goblin Town. And this is where it starts getting shadowy, is not because this corridor is getting dark, but because this is now sloping down.
Okay.
Sloping down into what looks like a ramp.
All right. I'm going to have Alice precede us as we go down.
All right. We very quickly leave the parts of this that are man-made. We then end up going down into a cavern. And the cavern is definitely just natural. There's water flowing through here. You assume that maybe one of the wells is also connected up to one of these bodies of water at some point. And it is pitch dark.
All right.
So very quickly, we cannot see anymore.
Well, we've come to a slight problem then.
We have a couple of options. I have, from way back on the plateau, I've kept my little hurricane lamp with candle in it. I can light that. That
Yep.
will not be as visible. Or we can cast a light spell and become visible. Or we can do that other thing we did a long time ago, haven't done since. I think last time we used it was in Vern's Run, where we keep our familiars on our shoulders and proceed visually by their senses, not ours. We'd have to hang on to each other. But other than that,
Well, your familiar will be visible.
Yes.
So that's a bit of a problem. I think we should go with your lantern.
All right. I will
Which
light
will
up.
be invisible because you're holding it, but the light it's casting will not.
Yes. So I light a candle.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what this is going to do. Wouldn't even matter. Okay, so they're going to do what? All right. The candle flares up. 1 candle power worth of light. Not a lot, but it gives us a bit of dim light.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll a perception check, please, at disadvantage.
20.
Wow. All right, so they have that. Well, let's see. You are not surprised as up on the ceiling, there are these 3 large shapes. And they have just now started to descend. Like they've released their front legs and their back legs are still hanging on as they are going down to try and, well, eat us, I assume. Well, let's roll some initiative.
We're invisible, though.
Yeah, I know.
Natural 20.
What is it with you? Natural 20s tonight.
On the most useless category.
Yeah, well. I would like you to roll an Arcana check. Actually, no, nature check, please.
$26.
You recognize these things.
All right, what are they?
Carrion crawlers.
Oh.
3 of them. I have a 9 for initiative. I guess I was not as alert as you. Oh, they have a natural 1 to your natural 20 for initiative. All right, so this is about a 20-foot ceiling.
Yep.
They have natural spider climb.
Yep.
They are on the ceiling, and now they're thinking about coming down and, well, doing their thing, eating us.
Yes.
You're way ahead of them on initiative.
All right. The first thing I do is I will unsummon Alice because this is a dangerous situation for her to be in.
Yeah.
And then I say to you, I think we should just try to avoid these and make it to the other side of the cavern.
Okay. So you start heading that way.
Yep.
I am going to put my light down because otherwise they'll just follow the light.
Okay.
I put my candle down and I follow you, at which point they are going to see if they can even remotely figure this out because they're not very bright.
No, they're not.
Oh, good God, forget that. We're gonna go by something. We're gonna go by senses because their intelligence is 1. They go to the candle, move it around. They're bulky creatures. They knock it over. Candle goes out. It's dark.
All right.
We are now roughly, 30 feet away from them because we both moved 1 movement.
Okay.
So this is what happened. We came in. We were hopping across the stream. Oh, sorry, no. We made the light. heading towards the stream. Carrion crawlers showed up. We dropped the candle, moved 30 feet. We're now roughly here in the dark.
All right. I'm going to resummon Alice.
Yep.
I'm going to grab hold of you.
Yep.
And we're going to navigate by her senses this time.
All right. All right. This is going to require a stealth check. There's going to be a bit of stumbling. So you can just roll one group stealth check for us because you're the one controlling it. It's going to be a disadvantage, unfortunately, because I can't see squat. You can see a little bit.
10.
That's not bad. What is your passive perception? Oh, there, perceptive creature. Wow. They seem to be preoccupied. They don't notice us.
All right.
So we're here. I take it you want to head this way.
Yes. Following Alice's senses.
All right. I would like you to roll a smell-oriented perception check for your familiar, please.
All right. 13.
As we're getting a little bit further along,
Mhm.
Alice informs you that there's another smell
From where?
ahead of us. She has
Okay.
no idea what it is.
All right. Well, Alice is smelling something new down there, which might be a good sign.
Keep going.
Yes.
All right, we keep stumbling along. We've left the carrion crawlers behind. We have
Yep.
no idea.
I think your lantern, we're not getting that back.
Nope. I'll have to scratch that off my list or get another one. All right, we'll start at the top of this because this is where we come in.
Yep.
That smell is getting much stronger.
Okay.
What's Alice's dark vision range?
Well, cats
know.
in Dungeons and Dragons don't have dark vision.
So we'll call it the standard 60.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I would like you to roll a perception check for yourself, please.
At disadvantage because I can't see in the dark.
Nope. This is auditory.
Oh. That doesn't matter. That's a natural one.
All right. I tell you, there's something moving ahead of us, and it's big.
All right. Well, that's presumably the hydra. We are all invisible still.
Yeah, we're invisible. And
We can't see anything, which is going to be a bit of a problem because that's what we need.
we need to be able to see, yes.
Yes.
So we proceed.
Mm.
And Alice, well, you're seeing through Alice's senses.
Yeah.
This is a huge boneyard.
Yep.
There are tons and tons of skeletons of all kinds of things. Well, these are just human skeletons because that's all they had in the graphics. But there are skeletons of all kinds of creatures, animals, humanoids, and lots of crushed bones. You just can't tell.
So, for argument's sake, we'll say we're hiding behind this pillar at the top there.
This one here?
Yes.
All right, so you can see this part of it.
Yeah.
And you hear, or I hear, moving around in there, mostly because every now and then you hear a bone crack. Something's moving in there. Big.
Yep. Well, I'm going to have Alice take some cautious steps out, invisible as she is, and we'll get a better look.
All right, this is going to require a stealth check on her part with advantage.
Okay.
Because she's invisible.
And a cat.
And a cat. And tiny.
Yeah, this thing might not even be able to see her. 22.
All right. She moves around the pillar.
Yeah.
And she now can see. Are you looking through her eyes?
Yep.
All right, so I won't even bother trying to give you any any kind of misdirection or anything. There's a big creature there. It's serpentine body, and it's where a serpent's head should be. There are heads, not a head. This is definitely a hydra. No rolls necessary, and this thing has been well fed.
Yeah. All
And
right.
it's currently just moving around, sniffing, and it senses something's amiss,
Mhm.
but it's not very bright, and it hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
It's only slightly more intelligent than the carrion crawlers.
All right. The next question: do I see? Has it shed any skin? Do I?
We only can see. All right, so she's here.
Yeah.
You can only see about this far. Oh, sorry, no, a little bit further. Just about here. She can't see the main area down here.
All right. I'll have her move
This
to
is
the
where
opposite pillar.
okay, she's gonna cross over.
Yeah.
You want to go down this way?
Nope. Just stay on the closer, further down.
Tell me to stop.
Right there. That's fine.
Okay. If she stays here,
Yeah.
the hydra is going to be 15 feet away from her.
Okay. She's going to be invisible.
Yep.
And she's going to be stealthy, and I want to see if she can see what's going on down there.
All right. So this is going to require a fresh advantage
Stealth check. 15.
All right. Hydra's still looking around, sniffing, sticking its tongue out, tongues,
Yeah.
and hard to tell whether it's puzzled or not, but doesn't seem to be noticing her. She moves down to that spot you mentioned.
Yep.
Looks this way. All right. This is going to require a perception check. She has dark vision. You're looking through her eyes, so just make it a straight roll.
Okay. Am I using my perception then?
No, there's just perception. Advantage and disadvantage are canceling out.
Yes, but am I using my modifier or hers?
Hers.
Okay. 10.
You see lots of what you would probably term as adventurer gear, like backpacks. That's all torn. It's all old. It's all very disheveled, broken swords and shields. There's lots of antlers, bones, skulls of various creatures, but nothing specific.
All right. So this might have been a waste of time.
Possibly.
All right. Well, I'm just going to have Alice loop around this pillar just to check the one section that we haven't seen yet.
All right, so she's here. So you want to go her around this way?
Yep. Just not that far. Just back to where the corner starts there.
Here?
Yep.
She can't see far enough in. She actually had better view here. She would have to go to roughly about here to catch all the way into the bottom of this.
All right. Well, she'll go there to take one last look.
All right. I won't have you roll a stealth because she's further away now, and you already rolled 2 of them.
Yeah.
So roll one more perception check.
Worse. 7.
All right. Same thing. That's what she sees.
All right. Well, I think Alice is not going to be able to find this if it is here at all. So I think she's done all she can. So unless we want to go in and take a look ourselves with an actual hydra there.
Well, we came all this way.
Yeah. I will unsummon Alice because I don't think she's going to be much more help at this point.
Okay. At this point, you're...
She did a good job, so she doesn't deserve to get eaten by a hydra.
At this point, you are completely blind.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
So we have two options. We can stumble around in the dark trying to find the Hydra's husk and hope we don't find the Hydra instead. Or we need light,
Yes.
which we will be visible.
Yes.
Extremely visible to what I assume is a fairly perceptive creature with all those heads.
Roll an Arcana check.
That's the fourth natural 20.
You do recall, maybe because of the adrenaline, very clearly that hydras are extremely perceptive.
Yeah, so we'll be giving away our location.
Yeah.
Against a creature that can make multiple attacks at us ever around.
True. All right. What do you want to do?
Well, this is what I want to do. This is your side quest. You're the reason we're here. How do we proceed with this?
Well, we have a couple of options.
Yes.
All of which involve bringing attention to ourselves.
Yes. We probably do not want to kill the Hydra. Not if your intention is to keep it as a source for the shed skin.
Yep. All right. We have behind us a whole village of goblins.
Yes.
And then also between the goblins and us, 3 carrion crawlers.
Yes.
And
none of which is going to prevent me from dimension dooring us out of here.
Sure. Now, we can, to do anything here, we need light. Because we're basically against a pillar right now.
And completely blind. And completely blind.
Yeah, we can't see anything. There's literally, if anyone's spent any time in a cave without light on, there is no light. None whatsoever. You can't see anything. Even, I would probably debate whether or not dark vision would work. But anyway, it does. So, we can cast light spell, which means whoever casts a light spell is going to be visible.
All right. Well, one of us can cast light and act as a distraction, I suppose, for the Hydra, while the other person looks for the husks.
So, the second that person casts light, not only will the Hydra be alerted, but I suspect the carrion crawlers will also be alerted.
Yeah, but if they come in here, they're going to get eaten.
Yeah, well, they are probably afraid of the Hydra more than they are of us, that's for sure. Okay. Who's the one that's going to cast the light? Who's the one that's going to search?
Well, my armor class is better at the moment. On the other hand, I've also taken damage.
Yes, I have not taken any, and it had more hit points to begin with. My chair is slid down. Oh, yeah, it did. I also, if things go south, will probably want to try and polymorph this thing.
So do you think it should be you who is the distraction and I'll search?
Yep. I reach down, pick up a bone. I'm all making a skull. That seems appropriate.
Yeah.
And I whisper in your ear, I'm going to cast light on this. And once I do, I'm going to throw it down this way.
Okay.
So you'll have light to search by.
I'm going to try and go along this path here that Alice went down.
Oh, you want to go down this way?
Yeah, and try and get around behind it, possibly.
Okay, you can't do that until there's light. So...
Nope. But I'm going to try and just maneuver around the pillar we're at the moment, just so I think I get the right idea.
Okay. I am going to treat the casting of the cantrip on the skull as the surprise round, because it doesn't know we're here.
No.
And
then we'll after this.
So we're going to go for initiatives. So roll initiative, please. I have a natural 1.
I have an 8.
All right. That is not a good initiative order.
All right. So you cast light, which is not concentration, which means you are visible, but I am still invisible.
All right, so I cast light
Yes.
and chuck the skull into the room.
Yeah.
That is the surprise round. At the top of the round is the hydra. It sees this.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to roll a perception check for it because it is stupid.
Yeah, but it can probably see the direction it was thrown from.
Yep. This is what happens. It has, well, now that we can see, 8 heads.
Oh, good grief.
I thought he was really well fed. A couple of them watch and track the skull heading that way, but the rest of them are all focused right on me.
Yeah, that's a thing it can do.
Yeah. And it is got a movement of its movement is really crappy.
Oh.
It moves towards me. It doesn't have enough movement to get to me. It has to dash. And then it is still just slightly out of melee with me.
Okay.
It's not very speedy.
No.
So that's its entire turn. All the heads are now just focused right on me. Its tongues are flashing. Its fangs are
Bared.
It is drooling, and it is going to make a lunch out of me when its initiative comes around again.
Yes. And I remember correctly, these creatures are almost perpetually hungry.
Yep. Even though this one's really well fed, another meal is never. Something going on with my chair here. Is never turned down.
Right.
So you're up.
Okay. So I am going to stick with the plan, and I'm going to try and move from one pillar to the other.
All right. This is going to require a stealth check. You'll have advantage.
Yeah.
But it is now alert.
Oh, dear. 14.
All right. 9 plus 6. It rolls a total of 15 to perceive you. And you notice as you were going that way, a few of the heads have just tracked you. It senses you somehow. It is not, well, it doesn't have its movement yet, so
yeah,
it's not done anything. All right, so you can move and then dash, so you can get to this wall.
Yeah. Do I see anything in there that resembles a hydra's shed skin?
I will give you a perception check, considering this is at distance. It'll be at disadvantage. You're not close enough yet.
10.
No, you don't see anything at this point. And I'm getting really tired of this chair sliding down every 2 seconds. All right. That is your initiative.
Yep.
So I am standing there with a hydra just slightly out of melee with me. But I noticed it wasn't moving very fast.
No.
So I am going to lead it on a merry chase and to cast Expeditious Retreat.
All right.
I don't remember. I'm going to roll a I don't remember whether the things are venomous or not. I just don't. Me as a DM knows, but Jonas does not remember.
Okay.
So when he casts Expeditious Retreat, he's going to change the stone back to Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Because he thinks he might need it, and I'm going shorter and shorter every 5 seconds. This is really annoying. I don't have to disengage.
No. Okay.
So you see me run off.
Okay. As in back into the other chamber?
You don't know. You can't see me.
All right.
So, top of the round.
The hydra.
Hydra sees me run off.
Yes.
I'm going to give it a very small percentage chance to change its target.
Because it did notice something, but
it did notice something, but it's got a running prey.
Yes. That triggers a predator's instincts.
Oh, big time. It is now moving away from you.
Okay.
It goes around this pillar. It scrapes a bunch of bones because it's huge.
Yeah.
And you can still see its tail, but its heads are no longer in view.
All right.
You're up.
My turn. All right. I'm going to modify the plan slightly. I'm going to maneuver around the pillar, but towards the pile of bones this time.
You're gonna head this way.
Yes. I'm going to stop at the edge of them.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and look for any hydra skins.
Okay, I am going to roll because I forgot to do it earlier. How well my throw was. No, not a problem. The skull landed roughly in the middle of this.
All right.
So, perception check, please. Or are you going to go with investigation? You can actually search through the bones if you want, or you can stand on the edge and look.
I'm going to just start with perceiving because I don't want to try and disturb anything at this point.
All right.
Not when it's still in the room.
Okay. Yeah.
11.
Not getting any better. You don't see anything.
All right.
You see lots of stuff.
Yes, but I don't see what I'm looking for.
No, you don't see anything that's different than what I've already described to you.
All right. Well, I guess that's what I'm going to be doing this round. I'll have to try something else.
All right. So we come to me.
Yeah.
You see me come around the pillar.
Okay, so we're keeping it in this room. Okay.
I am playing keep away with a hydra.
Yeah, you're kiting it.
I am moving so much faster than it at the moment. I'm just.
This is still an enclosed space, though.
Yes, basically what I've done is I wrapped it around this pillar.
Yeah.
And in short order, you see the heads come around. It is, you don't know, but it is not happy. I'm gonna give it a perception check. Nope. And it is not smart enough to do anything else.
Right.
Yeah, it's just chasing me.
Yep.
All right, your turn.
My turn. All right, so my perception check failed.
True.
So I think the next best thing I'm going to do, well, despite the fact it's still in the room, is I'm going to have to try and investigate this bone pile to look for.
All right. The chair is really annoying me.
Yeah. Well, we might have something else annoying us in a moment. I'm going to see how this goes. Oh, that's a high roll. All right. All right, investigation. 26.
All right. So you're searching through the pile.
Yes.
You notice a couple of things. First off, you notice there's there's a skeleton there that has tattered clothes, no real armor, possibly some leather, a broken sword, and some other rusted stuff, but has a satchel that is in pristine condition.
All right.
You also notice, amongst all this stuff,
Yeah.
there are a couple of other things that seem to be shinier than they should be.
Okay.
So you possibly think, well, I mean, you know that there's some magic here.
Yes. Is there any hydra skins?
No.
We may have come all this way for nothing.
Roll intelligence check, please.
9.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is possibly searching that satchel if it belonged to the person who previously came here. I don't know.
All right.
I'm reaching, but that'll be my next turn because.
All right.
Oh, one more thing. Did the hydra notice the fact that I was searching through its little garbage pile?
I was just getting to that.
Yeah.
as I mentioned at the end of my turn, or sorry, the end of its turn, it had just come around here, and I'm staying in front of it. And actually, like I said, it's almost to the point now where its tail and its heads are going to intersect.
You're turning into an Ouroboros.
Yeah, and you notice all the heads swivel around for me to notice that there's movement in its pile. And now it's heading towards there.
All right.
Because it can't catch me. It's frustrated as it can get.
So it's coming over to me.
Yep. Well, it noticed movement in the pile.
All right. Well, it's your turn then.
All right. Well, I'm already visible and I see it changing direction.
Yeah.
Problem is, if I cast polymorph, I will drop my rate of movement. So what I'm going to do is I am going to.
Oh, oh, wait. There's one problem with this. You
What?
cast Expedition Retreat.
Yeah.
That's concentration, so I'm visible.
Oh, my bad. Oh, we screwed that up big time. That's okay. It already saw you, so that's fine. Yeah, that's fine because it didn't actually change anything, which is nice.
No.
All right, so I'm going to move to here, and that way I'm out of its movement.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast polymorph. I'm going to change it into a nice, friendly little box tortoise.
And I am going to give it a 3 on that saving throw.
No, I won't even bother rolling then. What's its cost?
It's
never mind.
wisdom, isn't it?
Doesn't make any difference. None of its scores are high enough for it to. The only modifiers it has are Constitution and Strength that are positive.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain it's wisdom for polymorph.
Yeah, that makes it. Oh, it has a +1. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't know how this thing is wise, but anyway.
It ties into perception.
Yeah.
All right, so it's now a tortoise.
Yep. I walk over, I pick it up.
It'll probably still try and snap at you.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It has low intelligence and its instincts are aggressive.
Yeah. I put it somewhere nice and safe.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't get hurt.
So it doesn't run off and get eaten by carrion crawlers.
Yeah. Well, it's really slow, but I'm gonna stick it right in the middle of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Keep an eye on it.
I say, I haven't found anything unless this satchel belongs to whoever
Let's have a look.
Previous contact was.
All right. If this is what we think it is, which is a haversack of holding, or a bag of holding, or whatever you want to call it, let's assume it's one of the better ones. And I'm going to say, I want to know if there's a hydra skin in here. And I reach inside, and I pull out a hydra skin. And
okay.
I say, oh, there we go. And I shove it back in.
All right, we can get out of here now, I say.
All right, I can't cast invisibility again.
I can dimension door us out.
All right, so we came down.
Yes, that was 500 feet down.
No, we did not come 500 feet down, but I would like you to roll an intelligence check, please.
19.
All right, yes, you have a rough indication of how far down we are.
Look, it's good because the area I'm going to teleport us to is the middle of that camp that we saw there.
Sorry, so you want to teleport us to here.
Yeah, basically right by in the middle by the trapdoor there.
All right.
It was relatively clear. It seems like the perfect area to teleport us to. So I'm going to trace the portal in the air like Doctor Strange, and we're going to step through the whirlpool in space, and we're going to come out of a second one up there.
Yes, and we do so.
We do so, and it closes behind us because that's how the spell works.
Yep. At which point, there's no real point in me maintaining concentration on the polymorph spell.
Polymorph. No, but you could if you really want to while we get out of here on our flying brooms.
All right.
Just saying.
Doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
We fly off.
We fly off.
All right. We fly back to Lyria. I'm not going to bother going through all the checks again to get there.
Okay, that's good. So we're going back to Lyria then.
Well, we got what we wanted.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. The last operative that she had that went in here managed to get a hydra and got eaten.
Yeah. Or probably caught by the goblins and then fed to.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do have a hydra skin. We know where the hydra is. We could go back and do this again if we ever decide we want to.
There are goblins there too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fewer now than there were when we got there.
So we should probably go talk to Rosemary just to finish up this deal.
All right. So we go. I'll just go one more.
Yeah.
All right. So we go to Rosemary's, which is where is Rosemary's anyway? Did we ever decide where she was?
It's near the academy. It's basically just a large shop. Yeah. It's outside the inner ring.
Not gonna worry about it. Not important.
No.
So we go to Rosemary's, open up the haversack of holding.
Yeah.
Pull out a hydra skin with 8 heads, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah. And so we were promised her, I believe, to split it 50-50.
True. Well, that's
also, I assume she's the one who's going to be processing it.
Yeah. She's actually thrilled to have some.
Yeah.
And she's happy enough that she is going to give us the odd numbered one.
Because it's amount per head and then body, I assume.
Yes, the body gets an extra one. So in total, we'll end up with 5, or I'll end up with 5 ingredients.
5 samples of hydra salts.
All right, it's been a few days. Actually, almost a week. I would like you to roll to see if she has any mandrake root.
Yeah. I assume.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show this to you. I know it means absolutely nothing.
I can't see it. It's not clear.
That's another 2, I'm afraid.
Okay. That's fine.
It's funny how it's the same number.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
It'll eventually happen.
Yep. Though you do need those to make the potion.
I do. That's fine.
Yeah. That's probably take her a little while to process all that anyway.
Yeah. That's okay. Maybe in the next section I'll ask again.
All right.
But that is the end of my scenario. You bypassed basically all the combats.
For the surprise one, we couldn't.
Yeah. Ugh. I gotta do something with my chair.
All right. Well, let's then quickly say farewell then, and then you can do with that. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please join us here again next time as we continue our adventures in the wilds of Taiga. And well, the next major threat we have to worry about, I think, is the dragon. We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully not imminently.
Yeah, hopefully not. All right. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
Good night, everyone.